Hi, so yeah, my name is Vynn, and I'm here with my wonderful host, Abby, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm on commentary.
Yes. So we're going to be doing Bloodrayne today, and this is an interesting game, lots of in and out of bounds sort of tech. And so what I'm going to do is say that the game begins as soon as I click easy. So that's the difficulty that we will be playing on. And for the rest of things, I suppose we'll be getting into it when we get into it. So on a countdown of 3, 2, 1, and go. So we're just kind of starting off here in Louisiana. There's a lot of weird kind of stuff going on. We got a lot of strange sort of zombie-like creatures. Obviously, like the first level, you're not going to expect too much. The second level, thankfully, thanks to Heckigan, as well as so many other members in the speedrunning community for Bloodrayne. Hecky recently just came up with a bunch of new tech, so we've been sort of getting to work regarding that. Normally, we'd have a way longer kind of area that we'd have to try and push ourselves out of bounds with, but now we get to use this little wall here at the corner. We just want to say hi to it, back up, and go forward a little bit, like that, and we just kind of phase right through. Normally we will go towards the end over there. You can see like a weird creature thing, which is where we get our Blood Rage. Blood Rage helps us be stronger, and it just affects your attack overall, makes you way stronger than you're meant to be. Just as kind of a note, when setting up for the run, you do just want to have your FPS set to about 400 to kind of start doing skips. We do this in the community as it makes the game a lot more fun. I have set everything to 1000, so I'm doing a very high risk, high reward strategy right now. For this little level here, I am going to be doing this now and then. It is a special kind of vision, like a vampire vision, to see where your objective is and just kind of where you're meant to go, etc., etc. Our objective right now is to follow this. It's essentially escort vision in this level, but yeah. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that, because if we get too far ahead of this or too far behind, we're lagging behind, what will happen is, oh, we lost them. And that will happen even as you reach the very end of this level. It is definitely terrible when it happens. And you'll also see Rain kind of wiggling on these a little bit, like that. That's to prevent the in-terminal cut, which is the new release. This doesn't happen, but we're playing on Legacy, which is the very, very first release of this game on PC. So you get kind of stuck doing that really awkward, slowed down animation. When you wiggle, you don't have that problem. So we do a little wiggle as we kind of progress along these little areas here. And we're coming up to the final portion of this level now, actually, which is pretty cool. So we have discovered this little area here. We go over here into our mode, and that is where the final destination, so to speak, is. We're just going to go here. Don't go under the ladder, that's bad luck. Because anytime I go under that, I just seem to get a bad run. So we're just going to go over here, and land on this cutscene, which is meant to play, but okay, it's very, ever so slightly off. And then we just want to do the setup, where we go into the middle of this island sort of thing. We chop off a leg, and then just watch the enemy's health bar completely melt away like butter. And now we're in Argentina. So we gotta take down a bunch of bad guys in this area. We're not going to be taking down all of them, obviously. We're just going to be phasing in and out of walls. It's way more important to us. But we do have to take down one person, and they're in here. So one thing that is also very important to note is when there's a cutscene, you want to press escape on the keyboard to get out of there as soon as possible. For whatever reason, when you just go out of the cutscene really, really quickly, enemies don't have time to kind of go into their signature kind of standpoint, or they're not able to go into where they're supposed to be, so we're not gonna bother letting them do that. We're gonna go through here, do this. This is kind of one of the more other little strats, and we're just gonna go here, go down, and that's the end of this level. Like, it's right here. These little things where you're able to hit them, and so long as anything kind of hits them, you're good to go. we'll be taking advantage of that quite a lot in later levels when we need to use kind of explosives and stuff to kind of just hit the general area. The general area in and of itself is just what you want to kind of hit. And then you're able to skip a ton of levels as long as you were in the vicinity of that trigger for the end of the level. So this one, you can do one or two things. You can go through the door here or just go through the corner. And just go up here with this kind of strat, which is pretty cool. Don't go too far to the door that's like right over there when you're going through. Otherwise you trigger a cutscene and we don't want to do that. This little thing is a little bit more tricky. You want to kind of go in and then go up and do a 180 at the same time so that you could go up and through all the corners in the building and wind up out of bounds. And then you're just able to hop back in bounds and then just whatever, like everything is completely chill. And then we just go out here, and what is really, really handy to do is grab all these guns here. It's not mandatory, but it's practically mandatory, let's be real. And then we just jump over here. You want to do a half jump here because what happens is if you don't do the half jump, you might land on top of the elevator and you just got to start the level again, unfortunately. And this is where another little skip happens. Usually we have to go through a final boss section, Commando. He's very annoying. What we gotta do now is just go over here. Thanks again, Hecky, for this. Don't know how you found this, but yeah, we do that. And that's the end of the level. I don't know how we found that. I really don't. And in the next level, we immediately have to go into slow-mo mode and go in through a corner. So we're gonna do that now.
We have time for... Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, go on. Absolutely, go ahead. Take it away.
I just wanted to give a quick update that we are at 405 out of the 3,500 needed for the Save Wario and Luigi incentive. And reminder, that is not an end-of-run incentive, so we don't have much time. You see how fast Vynn is doing this. Let's go.
Oh. Well, speaking of which...
No, you're still great.
Don't worry, it's absolutely chill. We just need to stay out of bounds. We don't want to go back in bounds too quickly, and also, heck yeah to that. Basically, we just didn't want to get caught with the Countess, because it is Rain's counterpart, essentially. And jumping into that water generally in that precise sort of angle lets you hit the trigger point pretty much bang on that. With this one, with that little corner there, sometimes you might struggle, but if you look down and try to like phase through things for whatever reason, it helps. For whatever reason that is, though, I don't know. Nevertheless, we're going to go ahead and go forward. There will be certain areas where you just kind of look down and sometimes even look away from trigger points entirely, because some of them are visual in nature. That one will be happening when we go across the bridge. It's kind of a good idea to stay away from these barrels. I initially thought it was only the red barrels that were explosive. Nah, it's all of them.
Shut your ugly face.
Now I'm going to do a marathon safe strat here. You can go out of bounds through one or two different ways. One is like directly opposite here, through this little section here with the corner, and you just kind of go through. This one, you can just go through here and you're able to walk in the out of bounds area. And we're going to utilize that again. So you see this, immediately go into slow mode afterwards, and then just face through that. Never mind, I did a boo-boo. But you're usually able to just go through that, and everything is hunky-dory, as they say. So you just go through here. And now that I'm going through again, I won't get that cutscene again. We can go immediately into slow-mo mode. Like this, go through the corner, if she will let me. Maybe not. Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to do the OG strat, which is actually quicker to begin with. Nevertheless, these guys are all, like, possessed by paramites, or not paramites, I'm thinking of Oddworld. Daymites. So Daymites are like these little weird... Rain, please, be nice. There we go, thank you. The Daymites are just kind of a thing from Blair Witch 1, Rust and Power, which Terminal Reality also made, and they just reintroduced them. There's a lot of callbacks, actually, to this game with that. For whatever reason, they allowed people to just walk in the out-of-bounds section up until that point where I just jumped back in. And we actually hit this. I can't believe it. So again, we're just meant to, well, okay, fine. Hit the trigger point, like that. For whatever reason, I couldn't see that one. Nevertheless, we're going to do a YOLO skip here, which is like right out of bounds. And till about like here, shoot. You're meant to shoot, and then what happens is you're just meant to say, hey, whatever. We have done the entirety of the level. This level is really, really quick regardless, so if you don't get it, don't be disheartened. But I am just going to go ahead and go straight over here. Just so that we don't do any more mistakes. Because it's a high risk, high reward sort of thing. You gotta shoot the exit here, like that. And we'll be using, hopefully, a very nice individual, if they're going to be nice. Never mind, they are not nice. However, I did steal this rocket launcher regardless, and it's got 2 rockets in it, which will last us to the end of the actual game. And we're going to go out of bounds here. Still about here. We're going to go into that weird kind of vision again. And that should be enough. You just got to go inbounds to where that are, well, close enough to that trigger point, and we should be good. Again, more out of bounds shenanigans. So you're able to go through there, thankfully. You get a bit of a cutscene, thankfully you just get to ignore it. And say, hey, you know what, I'm not going to do what the level wants me to do. We're going to pretend that everything here is a corner and go through. We're going to go straight up over and over here, and we're just going to rest ourselves here. We're going to prop ourselves here and shoot the final trigger level for the ability to get over here. So we just need to get Beliar's Eye, which is going to be pretty cool. If we can actually manage to get over to that little thing. There's a way easier strat as well if you don't want to do that, and it's just a little further. You don't need to worry about like too much. You just got to go over here, sort of, and then about there you just go over and over here and slip in. 1, 2, 3, and we're good to go. So don't hit 2 from this point on until the end of the game, essentially, which is the only moment I am going to use that new ability that we've gotten, which is a zoom in ability. Sound warning for the next 10 seconds, that's what I'm going to say. Because big explosions. And you're done. That's it, that's fine. So what I did there was, because we got to run away from this and there's no actual skips for this portion of the level, we just kind of got to run with it. You kind of want to do this, which is kind of the drill, and that's the slash. The drill helps you prevent you from stumbling in the game when that explosion hits. And just in other explosions as well. You might take damage, but you're not going to stumble. The last thing you want to do is get caught in that fire, that blaze. Especially as a vampire, because Vynn is half vampire. And now, I'm hoping that this one will be nice to me as well. What we want to do is get into this section here and kind of pass through with the slow-mo ability. And for whatever reason, this is just being very awkward. And then we just want to do that, jump up kind of when you're sorted through the corner so that you get to do that. Otherwise, if you're not directly like kind of going through the corner, you'll wind up a level below, and then you just gotta run around a little bit more, and it's fine, it's chill. You still end the level pretty quickly. You are done here, Rain, don't worry. And when you hit escape, like bang on cue, because I mean this is a console game, it's very much meant, like even Visible, that was meant for a console. But when you hit escape, like bang on time, you don't see that would you like to save screen whatsoever. And we're just kind of go through here and say, hi, how you doing? Give me your blood. Because we're a vampire now, it's kind of just time to be a vampire. We're going to be more of a vampire from here on out, like here and there, because there are some guys that you just gotta like take care of as an objective. We're going to drop down a floor here. And all in here, nothing's happening, but we want to go through here, and then all of a sudden, oh look, things are happening. And this is where our objective is. Nice. That was actually pretty cool, quick kill. You rarely ever get that with this dude. There is a method where you can shoot enemies, like, and just take them down really, really quickly. But it's not fully understood how it works yet. That one failed. That's fine. You can go through that corner up here, pretty much, and then it's just whatever. We go into the next level, which is a mech section, because you can't have a vampire game without mechs. And we're just going to take care of a couple people in here. This is probably one of the more louder levels, I'd say, because also lots of explosives going on. And we can get lucky or very unlucky with these guys. Those vampires as well can do a hefty one-hit kill on both the player and the enemy. So what I'm going to do is get kind of 3/4 sort of inside the machine with our minigun so that it deals extra damage. And this was never patched out even from prototype days. I don't know why. Even testing like the Xbox prototypes, it was still there. So there's like the outer shell, which takes damage, and the inner shell of the actual, objective that takes that little bit more of damage when you're actually trying to pray out them. So kind of walking into them and just doing that, and then try and aim for that guy over there because he's going to be a bit of a nuisance. So the reason why he's a nuisance is he's the only enemy in this level that runs around in a circle. Gotta love it.
Do we have time? Oh,
absolutely.
Do we have time for a quick donation? Yeah, absolutely. We are 405 out of the 3,500 needed for the Save Wario and Luigi. And remember, that one's going to come up quick. And we have $50 from Mira saying, girls deserve to be able to learn. Yes, they absolutely do. Thank you so much, Mira. And y'all, keep them coming. We want to see this incentive met. Make sure you are selecting it when you donate.
Thank you. And definitely get the donations in, because, it's going to a good cause, in my opinion, as well. I'm just going to say that you will also see this guy's life bar just kind of deteriorate, or we can just start flying. That's also pretty cool. Thanks a lot. Thank you also for putting me back on the ground. And then it just melts away like that. So that's probably one of the better areas to kind of see the life bars for the machinery get taken out, entirely. So another little cutscene. We're going to be seeing guys on jetpacks now. Because reasons. Why not? If you have a jetpack, why not use it? So there's got to be a few of them. I don't know why we don't just get out the machinery here and now, but yeah, they'll be kind of funky sometimes. You'll see them going like yo-yoing up and down the screen sometimes. But we want to go over here, immediately skip the cutscene, hit C. At least that's what my slash button has been defined to. I have a very awkward kind of layout, so it's just one of those things. It could be different for you too. Yeah, that guy's just stuck in a corner right now. That gives me plenty of time to climb up here, skip another cutscene, slash through these gates, and go through to the next level. So we're usually meant to fight another level or another level boss here, but there's a corner. Trust me. We're just gonna go through that and to the end of the level here, which is gonna be kind of cool. So tap that twice, and what we want to do is go immediately behind us through here, do kind of like half a jump, and then you'll wind up here with the slash. And we kind of want to do something similar here, where we go again through this corner. There's another corner in here. I'm just going to wait for Rain to kind of end that ability, that slash ability, and then we're just going to be a vampire again. Sometimes you might wind up draining the vampires that are outside. They look like werewolves, but they're vampires. It kind of got me the first time I started playing this too. So in this level we do just want to get that little, not grenade, the dynamite, and jump down here. So this was another one of our targets. The vampire decided, hey, you know what? I want him instead, so we're going to let him do that. Casually jump over a vampire who tried to get in our way, and go to the end of the level, which has not been finished. And then we're just going to go through some more corners, and then go here like that, back in. Usually we had to go up to the... Well, that's fine. Usually we're meant to go up to this windmill thing that's through here. But we don't have to do that anymore. We can just simply go through here instead, do a big jump and not bonk our heads, and then... You might hear that as well. That's this ability, or hook shot, which is rarely ever used. I would like some more head rocks to help me take care of these beams, because it means I can get through the level quicker, even though there is a cutscene involved with it. that's okay by me. They can get stuck in the air, in the air, so you might only find that you're being chased by one or two. Sometimes you might not even be chased by any. That's okay. Again, we just kind of deal with what we're given. And this is like the last grenade then that we'll be seeing for the moment. Everything here is a minefield, by the way, so just watch your step. But sticking close to the wall, and we're going to go ahead and... Oh, there we go. Gotchas. One of them's probably going to be left over, but it's okay. So this is now what we're going to do. We're also going to avoid that dude, because not very nice of them to actually grab the rocket launcher and try to use it against us. If it does land, unfortunately, it can be a one-hit kill. This is the bridge that I was meaning earlier, that has a visual trigger for some reason. To avoid the visual trigger, you either just constantly look down on the ground or just turn around and run backwards. So that's what I'm going to do instead. This is kind of more of a one-hit area that I've noticed in recent runs that I've been trying. But it is what it is, and we just want to get this guy. I'd like you to stop doing that, thank you. Now, usually I would probably get a grenade or so, but I'm going to ignore it this time. We're just going to go straight down to the end of the level. We're like 2 levels off now. And this is the second last level. Normally you'd be fighting like twins right now, but we're not gonna do it fairly. So we're gonna go into a Bloodrayne mode, one of the only times that you'll probably see it, and take care of them like that. That was the quick kill. Oh, when you get the quick kill, does it feel good? You can skip the cutscene of climbing up the ladder. I don't know why it's a cutscene. Normally you'd have to kick down this door, or well, gate rather.
No one crosses me ever.
We can just go around it instead. So we just want to get some of the Bloodrayne back, and preferably not get kicked in the back. And this is the last level. So there's 2 bosses here. I'm going to get into where I like to stand and start taking this guy down. And that is the only time that you will probably ever see Rain use that weird vision thing. So now it's just kind of time to try and aim your weapon for where Beliar's gonna land. Oh, you decide to walk backwards now, huh, buddy? Usually he will just go in through the doorway for Lucky, but sometimes he decides, nah, I feel like having a walk right now. So Beliar's having a nice little walk. Are you gonna pick up what I think you're gonna pick up? Be nice. Be nice. That's all I'm asking of you right now. Because Beliar right now, not nice. Not nice at all. The only... Oh my god! He actually did that! Oh, hell yeah, thanks. Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna have to kill you, though. Sorry. When their life hits 0, it's time. We're done.
Oh my gosh!
That is Bloodrayne. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you so much, Abby, for being on the couch. It was also some really nice moral support. If you want to catch any of my runs, feel free to join me over at twitch.tv/Venada, where you can find a lot more Bloodrayne. This is kind of one of the more usual runs that I go for, and other stuff too. And also shout out to the community for helping make the run what it is today. Really, really short and way optimized. And over to Abby if you want to give a couple of shout outs.
Yeah, everybody in chat should go follow Vynn. She's a fantastic speedrunner, runs Devil May Cry, and obviously Bloodrayne. And I'm happy I could be moral support. Yeah.
And you should also check out Abby, Abby's Corner on twitch.tv, because she also does some killer runs, Resident Evil 2, so much more. You will not regret it. Having said that, I will also pass this back now onto your lovely host.